Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yum Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, safety, much love, and blessing to the Akim across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and sincerity and putting their life on the line to do so. It's the brother Rock from the GMS Atlanta Church back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying or exhorting to an elect member or two. All right. Now, it's the Spirit that the Apostle Ramlab did this video here entitled "You Were Hired to Do a Job." Now, I'm going to entitle this lesson, Jake, Where You At? Okay, because it was a particular Jake that came out and listened to the camp. You know, he stayed damn near the whole camp. This was about 2 weeks ago. And like I said, it's the Spirit that the apostle did this lesson here, because the Jake, he wanted to know how he could join the camp. Okay, that was his only question at the end of camp. After camp got out, you know, he wanted to know how could he join. All right, and the bishop here in our camp of Tazawam told him, "Hey, you got to give diligence. You know, come on the comment board." And stay in tune, you know, with what's going on in Great Millstone, you know, roughly paraphrasing, and, you know, just keep coming out to the camp and listening. Okay. Now, the bishop told this guy that, you know, and we ain't seen him since. Here it is, this guy we don't know from Adam comes out one day and listen and want to know how he could join the camp, or where do we congregate during the week. Okay. Now, I didn't do this lesson because I was trying to give Jake, you know, the benefit of the doubt. He didn't come a week before last. You know, you don't know, we don't be knowing, you know, Jake's situation like that, or his work schedule or things of that nature. But here it is. It's been 2 camps since, and we ain't seen the guy, man. So I want to, you know, hey Jake, where you at, man? All right, because like the Apostle Rumlaw did this video, we were hired to do a job, but this is just not no ordinary, you know, kind of job where you can just come in and fill out an application. You know, we give you an interview, look over your resume, and tell you come on, you can join the camp. All right, you got to be called to do this thing, man. And not only called, you have to be chosen. All right, there's only going to be a select few, you know, that the Lord has already ordained to go out and prophesy and teach the nation of Israel. Okay, so the 144,000. You know, and doing this job, it's a very serious job. You know, you got to know what you're getting yourself involved in. So, long story short, he was told to give diligence, you know, and come out to the camp, and we've yet to see the guy. Okay, see, that's the thing. Jake just be thinking he come out and he agree with the word, and he be feeling good about it. He like how brothers are going to the scriptures and, you know, hit certain points. You know, then he was on the emotional high. He wanted to know how he could join. You know, he wanted to, you know, just join right off the muscle. But Jake don't be wanting to get that diligence, man. All right. Yes, this is a job, like the apostle put it, and we were hired to do this job, but we were hired by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, not by our own will, or not by men out on the street teaching. Now that was the calling, the hearing of the word. Okay, but matter of fact, I'm gonna grab a precept. See, Jake be thinking this is just a members only club where he can come in and pay $40 a month, you know, and join, you know, with a membership card. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 14. It says, "For many are called, but few are chosen." Because there's been plenty of men that were called to do this word, to do this work, Salakia, and hear the word, but they weren't of the chosen. Okay, they were just used in order to bring forth the word and potentially wake up a member of the elect. And Lord willing, you know, myself included, and a men that are out here teaching in truth and sincerity are of the elect. You know, Lord willing, we be those men. Okay, there's a process into coming into the truth, man. You just don't come up and just step on the other side immediately. Here it is. We got a brother that's been listening to our camp for about a year and a half now. He comes out every week and give diligence. He's on the comment board. He's being brother. He's communicating with the brothers. He's being brotherly, and he has yet to cross over, and we know that Great Millstone is not accepting any, new members, so to speak, at the time. But it'll be a guy like that to join before a guy that just comes out for one day and want to know how he can get down. Okay, there's a process to this thing. So you have to be called, then you have to be chosen. Okay. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7. I'll start at verse, verse 22. It says, "For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman. Likewise, also he that is called, being free, and a Mashiach is a Mashiach's servant. Ye are bought with a price, but not ye the servant of men." Okay, so Jake be looking at it from a serving men standpoint. Okay, how could I get down with these guys? I love those breakdowns, and I like the way they deal with the so-called white man. I like how they call out the black woman, and be trying to you look at that and join from that standpoint. But you have to be chosen, man. When you're bought with that price, you become a servant of Yahushua Mashiach, okay, to do this work. Like the apostle said, this is a job, all right? And we know the job description, and we have to fulfill those job duties. Just like in the world, if you're not fulfilling your job duties, you're cut loose, okay? You were called, but you weren't chosen for that job. You got an opportunity to be, to hold a spot for a long period of time, but at the end of the day, either you weren't meeting the job requirements, or they just don't need you, man, because the Lord don't need us to do this work, all right? But we're hopeful that he does elect us to be saved, man, which is that chosen. Okay. Verse 24, "Brethren, let every man wherein he is called therein abide with the Most High." Okay, so you have to be called, you have to be chosen, all right? And the third step to the process of being hired unto and getting on to this thing, man, into this truth, is giving diligence. Okay, giving diligence, because the scriptures, matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. This is the book of 2 Peter 1:10. It says, "Wherefore the brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure." So once you're called, okay, you have to give diligence in order to make your calling and election sure, okay, to be of that chosen select few, the 144,000. The 2 Peter 1:10, "Wherefore the brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fail." All right, and that's what the bishop told that Jacob, man. You got to come out, you got to show diligence, okay? So, and the second thing, once you come out and you get diligence, you have to study, man. You have to know what you're out there talking about. You have to know these prophecies. The Spirit has been ramped up lately about knowing the breakdowns, and you have to study, okay? Because if you're out here prophesying and trying to wake up our people, there's going to be questions that arise that you're going to have to be able to answer. We don't even know Jake. He could be listening to these other camps and just totally going off according to the scripture. He probably don't know the doctrine or the breakdowns to 100%. He might disagree that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Okay, he may not believe in the nuclear destruction of America. All of these things have to be proven before you can just say I want to be down. We don't even, Jake ain't even We don't even know Jake, from a can of paint, man. Jake just be wanting to be a part of something, all right? Because we ain't seen him, man. It's been 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks, What was I going with this? Oh, yeah, studying, okay? This is the book of 2 Timothy 2:15. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right. So you got to know what you're signing up for, and you got to know your job description, man. You got to know the ins and outs of the job, and that comes along with studying. Okay. And then once you've done all of those steps, man, hey, then you'll be considered, in joining the camp. But that's the thing too. Just because you're not in a part of a particular camp, if you've been called and you've been chosen, and you're teaching the 100% truth and the correct doctrine, you may very well be a part of the elect. But let's say it is, and you do want to join the camp, man. The scriptures tell you to not count every man as a friend, right off face value, something along those lines. Okay. Matter of fact, I know it's in the book of Sirach. The book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus. Yeah, verse 7. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and not be hasty to credit him. All right. So Jake, we just seen Jake one day. He was out there at camp for maybe 2-3 hours, and he want to, come on the other side. Hey, man, the scriptures tell you, Sirach 6:7, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. And how would you be proven? We have to ask you certain questions about the doctrine. Hey, what do you think? What have you been taught that the mark of the beast is? Okay, what have you been taught that, or what have you been taught about how America is going to be destroyed? All right, or is America in the scriptures? Things of that nature. We got to know what Jake all about. Because in the age that we live in, Jacob dib and dabble in different doctrines, and think he got it, when really he ain't doing nothing but clouding his brain with a whole bunch of nonsense. All right, stick to one doctrine. Don't be, withering and fucking flying in the wind with every wayward doctrine. You got to be rooted in what the scriptures tell you. Be fully persuaded in your own mind. So if this cat believes that Great Millstone has the 100% truth, hey man, where you at? Right? If you believe in the things in which we teach here at Great Millstone, where are you at, man? It's been 2 weeks. Okay. But yeah, man, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and, exhorting to even those men that are, on the internet watching the videos and, feel that you've been chosen to teach, man. Hey, come out, give diligence, okay? Get on this job, man, that you've been hired to do. All right. So Lord willing, the lesson was edifying, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.